So the next concept is integrated rate equation. These integrated rate equation, they will give the quantitative relation between the concentration of the reactant at different time and the rate constant. That is integrated rate equation. Integrated rate equation. These are very important formulas to solve the problems. Sometimes graphs will be asked on this integrated rate equation. So these are what they give: quantitative relation between concentration at a different time and rate constant K for the reaction. So the quantitative relation between the concentration of the reactant at the different time and the rate constant K will be given by what? Integrated rate equation. So for zero order reaction, first one you will write. For zero order reaction, order will be equal to what? 0. N is equal to 0. So what is the rate equation for zero order reaction here? Rate is directly equal to what? Rate constant, because here for a zero order reaction, rate is equal to rate constant of zero order reaction. I will take K naught into concentration of the reactant raised to the power equal to 0. So anything raised to 0 will be equal to what? 1 here. So for zero order reaction, rate of the reaction is independent of the initial concentration. So this term is taken as 1, and here rate is what? Differential equation we can write minus dr by dt. This is equal to K naught. This on rearranging, dr is equal to minus K naught into dt. These two on integrating both sides, this K naught is constant. So what we will get here? Integration of dx is x, so that you will get r value is equal to minus K naught, dt is t, plus you will get an integration constant I here. Now at time t is equal to 0, what happens? The concentration of the reactant R will be equal to what? R naught. This becomes as initial concentration. Then if you substitute these two values in this one, you will get I value as R naught. I value will get it as what? R naught. I is equal to what? R naught you will get. So if you substitute I as R naught, the reaction become as, the equation become as, so R is equal to minus K naught T plus R naught. This is the initial concentration after some time, rate constant, and this is time, and this will be plus sign here. Okay, now it is in the form of what? Y is equal to mx plus c. This is the intercept, and this is time is taken along x-axis, and you will get a negative slope here, K naught, and this will be what? Taken along y-axis. Now what is the equation for zero order reaction? This on rearranging you will get K naught is equal to R naught minus R divided by time. So this is the rate equation for zero order reaction. For zero order reaction, the integrated rate equation is equal to what? K naught is equal to R naught minus R divided by T here. Next, from this equation, just I will take this equation as 1, from y is equal to mx plus c. If you draw the graph here, the graph will be like this. I'll take R along y-axis, so this will be along y-axis. Along x-axis you have to take time here, then you will get a negative slope like this, and this slope of this curve that gives that will be negative, that gives what here? Rate constant, and that will be what? Slope is equal to minus K naught here. Now this C is nothing but your intercept. This intercept will give what? R naught value. So this is the integrated rate equation for zero order reaction. This one I have done just because of this graph here. Okay, and from this equation we know that rate of the zero order reaction is independent of the initial concentration. So for zero order reaction, rate of the zero order reaction is independent of initial concentration of the reactant, that is R0. And another term you can take, rate of the zero order reaction is independent of time also. The rate of zero order reaction will not change with the time. For that I will draw the graph now. So for zero order reaction we know that rate of zero order reaction is independent of the time here. If you take the graph of rate of the reaction versus time, there is no change in the rate of the reaction with time here. So this is the graph for what? Zero order reaction, that is rate versus time here. Next one, we know that rate of this zero order reaction is independent of initial concentration of the reactant. For example, if I take initial concentration here, and this will be, I will taking as reaction rate. Now if I go on changing this initial concentration, if the rate of the reaction is the same, then it will be what? Zero order reaction. Initial concentration, first I will take 0.1 mole per liter. The reaction rate will be 5 into 10 power minus 3 mole per liter. Now here, this one, if I change the initial concentration as 0.2 mole per liter, again I will write 0.5 into 10 power minus 2. Again I will change the initial concentration 0.3 mole per liter. Again this can be written as 0.05 into 10 power minus 1. For different initial concentration, the rate of the reaction is same. All these three values are same here. So this reaction will be what? Zero order reaction, because rate of the reaction is independent of initial concentration. If you go on changing the initial concentration, there is no change in the value of reaction rate here. So what happens? The above reaction will be zero order reaction. In the examination they will give data like this also, and which order this reaction will be, like that they will ask you. So here, hence above reaction is zero order reaction. Okay, and another important formula is here, the time taken by the reaction for a zero order reaction, for completion of the reaction, that is time required for completion of zero order reaction will be is equal to its initial concentration R0 divided by its rate constant K0. This is the time required for the completion of zero order reaction, that is the T completion is equal to R0 divided by K0. Now we'll go for half-life of zero order reaction. So the next point is half-life of reaction. Half-life of reaction. So it is indicated by T half, or it is indicated by T 50%, or it can be written as T 0.5 also. So these are the different symbols what we are using for a half-life of the reaction. T 50% or T 0.5, or you can write it as T half. Suppose if I take a reaction, this is here reactant is getting converted into product here. Now at time T is equal to 0, the reaction is not yet started. So the initial concentration of reactant I will take it as A, so that no product is formed here. At time T is equal to T, after some time what happens? Some amount of reactant is getting converted into product, that is X amount is dissociated and X amount of product is formed here. At time T, A minus X, and this is what? X. X amount of reactant is getting converted into what? Product here. In the total amount of A, X is reacted, so that X is produced here. At time T is equal to T half, what happens? The concentration of the reactant is exactly reduced to half of its initial value. A becomes as A by 2. How much amount is reacted? That much amount of product is formed here. That is what? A by 2. For example, initially 100 mole is taken. Suppose if you take 100 moles, in that 100 mole, 50 mole is reacted and 50 mole is remaining here, and 50 moles of product is formed here. So what is the half-life of the reaction in this one? This is a T half. It is the time required to convert the concentration of the reactant exactly half of its initial value. That is called as what? Half-life of the reaction. The time required to convert the concentration of the reactant to half of its initial value is called as what? That is half-life of the reaction. Suppose if you have taken initial concentration as A, the time required to convert this one into A by 2, exactly half of its initial value, that is called as what? Half-life of the reaction. So in this one, first we'll go for half-life of zero order reaction. Half-life of zero order reaction. So for zero order reaction, N value is equal to 0, we know that. And what is the rate constant equation for zero order reaction? Already you have derived, that is K naught is equal to R naught minus R divided by T here. Already we know that at a T is equal to T half, exactly at a T half what happens? R will be is equal to what? R naught. At time T is equal to T half, that R become as what? R value is exactly half of the initial concentration, that is R naught by 2 here. So if you substitute these two value, what you will get here? This is nothing but I will take it as, this is K naught is equal to R naught minus R naught by 2 divided by, you take it as T half. So if you rearrange this one, what you will get here? T half is equal to, this is initial concentration R naught divided by 2 into K naught. This is the equation for half-life of the zero order reaction. Now if you go for the graph here, so this equation I will write it as T half is equal to R naught into 1 by 2 into K naught. This is nothing but it is in the form of y is equal to mx. This is in the y-axis I will take, and this is x-axis, and this will be what? Slope here. So what you will get here? Along y-axis, this is the T half, and this is the initial concentration R naught. Then you will get a positive slope like this, and this positive slope value, slope is equal to what? 1 by 2 times of K naught. So if you know the slope of this graph, then you can calculate what? Rate constant for the zero order reaction also. Now from this equation you know that half-life of the zero order reaction is directly proportional to its initial concentration. Another point you can write here, that is half-life of zero order reaction is directly proportional to its initial concentration R naught. Okay, as initial concentration changes, its half-life also changes. For example, if I take initially 8 moles of reactants are present here, 8 moles. Suppose for this reaction half-life I will take it as 4 minutes. Half-life of this reaction is what? 4 minutes. Means to convert exactly half of its value, 8 mole become as what? 4 moles. To become 8 mole into 4 mole, how much time is required? Its half-life is 4 minutes. Now to become 4 moles to 2 moles here, to convert 4 mole into 2 mole, exactly half of this one, again here 2 minutes is required, because half-life of the reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration. For this reaction, this is the initial concentration, and for this reaction, this is the initial concentration here. So to convert 8 mole into 4 mole, 4 minutes is required. To convert 4 mole into 2 moles, exactly half of this one, again 2 minutes is required. Again to convert 2 mole into 1 mole, how much is required? 1 minute is required. Like this, half-life of the zero order reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration. Then how much time is required to convert 8 mole into 1 mole? That is 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7 moles. So that is 7 minutes is required from here to here. That is the time taken by the zero order reaction to convert into 8 mole to 1 mole will be what? 7 minutes we can take directly. That is, you have to add these times here. So one point you have to remember here, for half-life of the zero order reaction, that is directly proportional to initial concentration. So here, as the initial concentration value changes, this half-life time also what? It will be reduced to half of its value. Here 4 minutes is required, 2 minutes and 1 minute. So this is the hint for half-life of zero order reaction.